Hey, hello. So today I'm going to be going over exactly how in 2025 you're going to pass your next funded account challenge. Okay. So I'm currently trading a 50k combine. The way that I'm trading this is you have to ask yourself a couple questions first. One, is this your first account? How much money do you have? Are you confident in your strategy? Hopefully you are super confident in your strategy, which I am. Let me just check the win rate on this. Yeah, so we're sitting at about an 84% win rate. Currently about 2 trades away from passing, so I can say with confidence that this account should be passed. And if it's not, we'll just pass the next one. Like that's just how it works. But the reason why I trade with pretty high risk, so normally risking anywhere from 500 to 750 at a 2 to 1 RR. Okay, now this is the way that I trade. So I'll come on in the morning, and the first thing I'll do is mark out all the draws in liquidity. For example, we might have point of control down here, which I'll label here. We might have value area high, value area low. You might trade with Asia lows, which for the sake of, let's just say that obviously this is not Asia lows, but you'll be marking out your draws in liquidities, for example, like up here. So you have where you know where you want price to go. Then you need to find your daily bias. Now you find your daily bias in different ways. The way that I find my daily bias is on this move down here. As you can see, price is moving pretty flat, right? Now you might see that on CVD that we've been trending down, okay? Now what does that mean? That means that we're getting aggressive selling, just going into nothing, whereas price is remaining static, which means that passive buyers have been holding price, which means that you can start to look for longs, and then you go into your strategy. You might look at support and resistance of retesting, absorption at the lows, passive buyers stepping through a key, low volume node, for example, like that. But that's for a separate video, okay? Whatever your strategy is, you need to understand that daily bias, and everyone has a completely different way of doing it. So step 3 is now understanding your rules and sticking to it, okay? So you need to understand that in order to pass a funded account, you need to be sticking to your rules, and you need to be being consistent with what you're doing. For example, if I've decided that in order to pass this account, I'm going to have 2 to 1 RR risking 500, okay? That's what you do. So the way that I, obviously 2 to 1 RR, so I'll have my targets like that. I'll set this short. If it was to get to there, then obviously you have your RR here. So you just drag that until it gets to 2. Then I have a very simple way of figuring out basically how much I want to risk. I did the maths behind it. It's pretty simple, but let me get a paintbrush and just... where is it? Here. So I want to risk 750. Then I do 750, okay, so the price divided by, basically, so you see at the top that the stop loss is 38, basically 38 ticks. Round that up to 40, and then you double it. You always double it. So you'll do 750 divided by 80. Whatever that answer is how many contracts you're risking. Obviously this is for MNQU. If it's for NQ, then whatever contracts it gives you, divide it by 10, or you can just divide it by 10. So, but that's how you work it out, and you need to be consistent with what you're risking and what your RR is. Then make sure you know, okay, my rule of thumb is 50%. I'm going break even and I'm taking partials. You must vow to take partials. If you don't take partials, what you're going to see 9 times out of 10, which is why obviously I'm only 1600 up, even though I risk heavy and I have an 80% win rate, right? That's because I'm normally getting partials and getting tap break even, okay? But you need to be taking partials. You need to be paying yourself along the way. Who wants to sit in a trade for 30 minutes to get paid nothing? No one, right? Okay. Number 4, probably the most important thing, is understanding that psychology is king, and psychology is the reason why lots of big traders, they've lost everything, And make sure you do a lot of research on psychology. Try and watch one video on psychology every single night, and it will help you massively, right? What it will do is it will help you believe in your edge and understand that when you take a trade, you might be scared. But if you understand your psychology and your rules, you're almost guaranteed to pass, okay? The biggest reason people don't pass funded accounts is because the psychology is rubbish, right? It's a no news Monday today. Lots of people would have traded. And I looked at the market. I have the ability to look at the market and not trade, which is an ability that a lot of people don't have. Okay, they get super impulsive on the markets. They think about all the money they can make, and that's it. That's where everything goes wrong. And when you start thinking about making money, let me tell you something. You ain't gonna make nothing, buddy. But this was just a super quick video. I hope it definitely helped you in understanding how you can basically pass your funded account. If you want me to go into a bit more detail of how I personally trade, like my strategy, I can do that a little bit later on. Obviously, I don't trade ICT or anything like that, so it will all be a bit sort of foreign if you don't understand it. But I'm welcome to answer any questions, and yeah, maybe I'll make a video on Quantile for you. But until then, thank you, bye.